What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and welcome to the brand new home makeover series for 2022. This is honestly one that I've dreamed of for so many years because it is actually my property that I'm going to be living in and moving into after the whole renovation is done. But there's kind of like a bit of a backstory behind it. I actually visited this building back in 2015 when a friend was staying here on a vacation rental, and I took a picture from the other wing and I could see this unit, and I wanted to one day hopefully be able to live in this building or perhaps own this unit specifically. I've always just kind of had my eye on it, but unfortunately it was out of my price range for quite a few years. And recently there was an opportunity to go ahead and purchase it. And for the longest time, it's been like a short-term rental, and it's honestly not in the best condition. But you guys have been watching the channel for quite a few years, and you know that I usually like to find properties that have unique features, whether it's like a large window, a loft setup, and tear everything down, because a lot of these spaces just have a ton of potential in the space, the layout, and the view, but may not always be the most up to date. And this is definitely like an example of that. I have so many crazy plans for it, but I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has watched the channel over the years and also supported the home series, because we've really tried to find ways to integrate tech with interior design all together and build these ultimate spaces that are not only good real estate investments, but also great content for the channel. So I've got a lot to go over, but yeah, this is really cool to finally, after so many years of hard work, to own this space and kind of build it into the dream condo that I plan to live in. And I'm going to be keeping my current unit and renting that on a short-term rental. So on top of that, having two investment properties now, it should be a pretty good positive cash flow that can contribute towards a personal property like this, where I have my home office, a crazy living room, an outdoor terrace, and everything. And just for reference, this is about 1,000 square feet of outdoor space with a waterfall, but it's the winter right now, so it's turned off, as well as an outdoor fireplace, and where I plan to have maybe an outdoor TV, possibly a golf green over there as well for some putting, and just some seating area, and just a good place to entertain, spend some time outside from the comfort of my own home. Yeah, I'm super stoked to show you the inside and everything, and I'm gonna be doing a huge series and kind of progressional updates of all the things that are gonna be done inside out, because every single thing is going to be changed in the space. And I'm gonna be taking everything that I learned from the previous 3 property renovations and design preferences and bringing it all together into the ultimate dream condo. So here we are inside the space, and as you can see, it has a great view into the outdoor area as well, including the fireplace, and it looks out into the water. So there's plenty of nice natural light, and what I really want to do with it is focus on the kitchen, the bedroom, and also in the actual living room. To be honest, in terms of the things that I do in my free time, it's watching sports, whether it's Formula 1, hockey, and boxing, and also playing a bit of video games. So I really want to make the living room the ultimate area. The plan right now is to do a huge media wall with shelving on each side and an 83-inch Sony OLED TV that we reviewed on the channel last year, which was actually really impressive. And honestly, even though it does come in at a price point, it was the best TV that I've ever seen. So it's gonna be really cool to have it right here in the house and just have all the custom millwork, some great decor on each side, a large couch right here to hang out, and just being able to step out into the exterior space at any time is going to be really exciting. In terms of the color of the overall theme, it's going to be a white oak floor. I have done walnut shades in the past, I've done polished concrete, but I feel for this one, a neutral white oak is really on trend at the moment, and combining that with accents of matte black and deep contrast, and also working with an interior designer, we can hopefully add some personality to the monochromatic base preference that I usually have. So now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the kitchen. And this is definitely a pretty sizable kitchen, but I do have some plans for it at the moment because, to be honest, even though it might be very functional, it really doesn't look good at all. It's got a mixture of the wood floors and the tile, which you guys know from the previous series is something that I usually try to eliminate and just have it a seamless floor that runs throughout the entire place. But on top of that, it also has imbalance in terms of where the sink is and the granite finish. So the plan is to gut this thing entirely, sell it on Facebook along with the appliances, and hopefully do a setup where there's some doors on that side to cover the appliances and be able to tuck them in on the side at any time. A large hood fan right here with a pit cooking system, and also no shelves on the top so the stone can really stand out. Even though that is eliminating a bit of the storage, it's actually going to be added back, because instead of having bar stools along this whole area, I was thinking of turning this all into storage, and instead Having a large dining table that extends outwards on this side, where a dining table would usually be, that can seat about 4 to 5 people, depending on how it's set up. I might even just have like a bench there. But I personally just don't really like sitting at the counter. I like to just sit at a table where I can just work throughout the day on like the laptop, for example, or just like eating a meal. And I just don't find I use the bar stools that often. So that's kind of the motive behind removing that. But I am gonna be doing like a waterfall countertop setup and maybe even cladding the cabinets, just so all this looks like a large piece of stone, and being able to like hide away certain areas of the kitchen, such as like those appliances, and having a custom millworked fridge just allows it to look very clean and simple. But the hood fan aspect also makes it look a lot like a custom house. I've been a huge fan of that design lately. Over here you might see they've already been cutting some samples in the wall just to see what is behind these columns, and this exposed concrete looks beautiful. The office had a ton of concrete on the floor and on the wall, and in this place I really want to keep that to like a minimum, but I feel like in this case it will look really good. It also gives them more space to maybe put a larger fridge in, and I'm also going to be building a bar into this side that not only has like an area for drinks and coffee, but also for small appliances such as the kettle, and being able to just close it when not in use and tuck it back in, as well as having a beverage fridge on the bottom, just really adds to like the lounge experience that we're going for here, and I think it'll look pretty good. I'm still working on the designs with the interior designer and the kitchen company, so stay tuned for future episodes of that where we update all aspects of the series. But for now, this kitchen and the actual living room is probably gonna be where most of the money is spent on the renovation, and where you're gonna see like the most significant difference, and I'm really excited for both of them to come to life. But now let's go ahead and show you guys like the hallway, some of the small details, as well as the bedroom and bathroom, because I plan to do a lot there as well. So now we're in the main bedroom, and in the place that I'm living in right now, I actually use the main bedroom as my home office, but because this is a 3-bedroom unit with 2 large bedrooms, I'm going to be using this main bedroom and ensuite as a place to sleep, which sounds a little bit funny, but I'm pretty excited for it. This not only has like a view of the water as well, but it also has like some different floors at the moment from the rest of the place, which is a little bit odd. But as I mentioned at the start of this video, because it is not in the best condition and the best look, it's probably a good thing, because I'm probably going to be tearing everything out anyways, and it's kind of a shame to take something out if it's still like brand new and looking good. So in this case, I really don't feel bad ripping out everything. Over here, I'm probably gonna be having like a Samsung frame TV and maybe some millwork for like a dresser, just some drawers here and there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have like a mini desk right here, but still working on that. I do want to keep it like relatively simple if possible, but also planning to put like a side chair or like a lounge chair, which is something that I didn't have the space for before, because the bedroom that I'm sleeping in at the moment is the guest bedroom and it's relatively compact. Over here though, I'm gonna be carrying over the millwork from my place. You guys might have seen I just updated my own bedroom to have like a Hail Navy accent wall with like some nice like trim work to it, and I absolutely love it. So I'm probably just gonna get like the exact same furniture but in a different size, maybe larger dressers. But over in the closet is what I'm pretty excited for, as well as the main bathroom, because that is also going to be completely changed. So leading into the main bathroom, something that I did in some of my previous renovations is take the closets out all the way to the edge. There's a lot of like kind of trim pieces and all that takes up some valuable space, and every inch kind of counts when it comes to increasing your storage. And I'm also not a huge fan of sliding doors. So on this side, I was thinking of having like an express like locker style set of cabinets that is sort of just like a grab and go. So like the essential black hoodies, maybe some watches, an area for like the EDC stuff, and also some drawers for like socks. But on this side, I was thinking of putting in a steam closet, because a lot of times, honestly, I just wear hoodies, as you guys probably tell, and I don't want to wash the hoodies way too often because they start to shrink. So having a steam closet is really nice, just to be able to put your clothes in there and give it a quick little like refresh. Also having like obviously hangers to put clothes, but having this be the closed side of the cabinets. So this is definitely something that I'm pretty excited about, to have some additional storage for like clothes and just try to be like a bit more organized in that aspect. But the start of that is going to be just taking everything out and increasing the amount of usable space as much as possible. But now we're heading into the main bathroom, which is also going to see an overhaul. And if you guys have seen from my previous series, I hadn't really done any updates to the bathroom themselves because I didn't feel like it was a good place to spend money, because I honestly don't really care that much about it. In this project though, being a place that I plan to live in for the years to come, I really want to do it well. And even though this bathroom is like usable and actually looks pretty solid as it is, the plan is to take it out and instead of having two sinks, because it is still relatively compact in its width, to actually turn it into just one and have the faucets coming out of the wall, the stone that wraps around a little bit, and having a bit of open shelving as well. But over here, there's a bathtub and a shower, and in the guest bathroom, it actually has a much larger shower, but in here, because it has the bathtub as well, which I honestly don't use, I'm planning to actually have the shower span all the way across and just be like an open concept without like any door or anything, and also like a heated towel rack, integrating technology where possible. But yeah, this bathroom is going to look completely different as an ensuite, and I'm excited to show you guys that as well because I don't have as much experience in working on like bathroom designs. So whether it's like a light color with like a combination of dark stone and tile, I'm not really sure at the moment. So here we are in the second bedroom, or what is going to be the home office. And as you can see, there's just so much natural light. I spend essentially the entire day at my desk. I don't really go anywhere. And honestly, in my current unit, I don't even go in the kitchen or the living room. And I really want that to change. But having this much light is really nice because it is just a nice open feeling. You look out and it really does like make the long days of editing feel a lot better. But I'm planning to actually move my desk over to here and just keep the same layout because it was honestly just made about a year ago and I don't really want to take it down. At the moment, there is kind of like a door that goes into the living room and kitchen, but because of the bar, this is going to be blocked off. And even though it is kind of nice to have that passageway, for filming purposes, having like a nice wall instead is probably going to make a lot more sense. I'm still trying to decide if the desk is going to go on this side or this side, but I'm also thinking of getting like a BDI media console to have all the hard drives. And in terms of like the renovations to this room, I'm going to be moving the sound panels here. The floors are obviously going to be redone, the walls redone, but also when they're redoing the baseboard, I'm going to have them optimize it so that the Ethernet's in the right places and the cables can kind of travel from one side of the room to the other without being visible at all. Some of the other touches that this place already has actually is electric shades. So actually, the owner in pre-sale just went ahead and added that option. So by pressing a button, all these shades come down very quickly. And I looked up the company that makes these shades, and one of the things that they do offer is a projector screen that rolls down. So what I'm probably gonna do, because I love to watch like hockey and Formula One while I'm like video editing at night, is have a projector shade that rolls down right here, and whenever I'm using it, it at least has the best image quality, but when it's not being used, it can be completely hidden. There is a pole right here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it does kind of, I don't know, divide one side from the other, and as you can see, it looks right out into the terrace in where the putting green is probably gonna be. I am intending to possibly put it on this side at the moment, and I think that'll be a lot of fun just to be able to step out and make some putts and be on a phone call or whatever it is, and then just come back in. So yeah, it's nice to at least have a main bedroom that I'm actually sleeping in now with an ensuite and everything, and this equally sized room to still use as my home office because that is the most important part of my lifestyle. So now I'm going to take you guys to the main hallway coming in, and I know it kind of went in like a reverse order from the outside in, but I feel like it was just most exciting to do that. This hallway kind of leads out into the entrance, and to be honest, there isn't really much to talk about except for the fact that it is a little bit on the narrow side. The plans that I have to make it at least feel like an important and nice part of the space is to do the same LED strips that I did in my current unit all the way through this wall, through here, and also over there, and do some architectural baseboards as well where it doesn't stick out at all. It is going to be integrated in there, and there's going to be a nice glow track that goes underneath the walls, and essentially just try to open it up as much as possible, even if it is just a matter of a few inches. Because yeah, this hallway right now, considering how much like in and out traffic there is from working at home and all these packages and stuff, it is very important that we try to take like maybe the most boring part of the space and make it into something very exciting. Before we actually take you to like the front and show you the powder room and where the actual like area for keys and shoes and all that kind of stuff is, I'm gonna show you guys the third bedroom, and it's definitely a smaller bedroom overall. You see here right now, it could probably only fit like a full-size bed, but there's a few things that I might be doing to it. I'm thinking of taking out this wall where like the actual closet is housed and just opening it up and putting a dresser instead. And I'm trying to decide between either putting like a day bed where friends could sleep on and also use as like a main set while I'm filming videos, or maybe a Murphy bed with a desk and it can just fold down at any time if needed. But yeah, the intention right now is to make this as large as possible. And there is also an ensuite bathroom and it has like a large shower, and I'm gonna be doing like a bit of an update to that, but not gonna go like completely crazy like the rest of the unit. Generally speaking, even though this is like a 3-bedroom condo, this 3rd bedroom is definitely on the smaller side. So I'm gonna see what the best use of it is. But I do like that the main bedroom and the office space is a pretty good size. But now we're at the entrance of the space, and there's kind of like a closet cutout here that I think is the perfect opportunity to have a space to like put your shoes on and kind of have like a mudroom bench. So there's gonna be like a bench that goes across here. This is all gonna be opened up, some hooks for clothes and that kind of stuff. And on the top, just like slots for shoes and maybe some like shipping equipment as well, because there's always probably gonna be like packages sitting around here. So I'm probably gonna do like a stone bench just for durability. But one of the biggest things that my friends always complain about my current unit is that there's no bench or no space to put on shoes. It is just like a completely open area. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this comes together. I feel like it's a really nice touch that you don't often have the opportunity to do in a condo. And walking in as well, there is a powder room. So this is a really small bathroom. It just has like a toilet and sink as powder rooms would. It's about 5 by 5. I have thought about like maybe turning this into storage instead of a powder room, but I feel like from an investment standpoint, that's probably not a good idea. So I think I will update this a little bit. Just keep it simple, have some nice stone in it, and keep it as it is. You might notice that like in terms of storage, admittingly, compared to my current unit, there really isn't as much storage, but as a whole, it does have significantly more living space in both the kitchen, living room, bedrooms, and all that kind of stuff. So as long as I'm like a little bit more organized, it should be able to work perfectly fine. And in general, like space comparison, it is about 200 square foot larger in interior space than the place I'm currently living. And of course, also the outdoor space. So that pretty much wraps it up for the tour. I'll take you guys back into the main open area as you walk in, which I know is kind of backwards, but yeah, this is a look at my new condo. The renovation is going to start pretty soon and it's going to go on for maybe 5 or 6 months. But I did hire a contracting company this time to kind of speed up that process, make sure everything is done properly and a lot quicker than before. But I'm really excited that like this whole home series started out from me like renovating my own place and saving up many years for that. But then eventually purchasing investment properties, offices, and now a new property for myself to not only have like the home office, film content of it, but also of course to live in as well and hopefully be able to enjoy more of the main areas of the space and also have the outdoor terrace. Yeah, as you can see right now, it is like fully empty and bare. There's just like a few like areas where they've been testing the walls so far to figure out what can be done. But I'm really excited for this to start moving really quickly with all of like the kitchen and everything being knocked out, the floors being torn out, the walls being adjusted as well based on areas where there is more space to be attained, and just really customize it very specifically. And in the series, beyond like the millwork and the design and stuff that you guys always see me do, I'm also going to talk about like the electrical setup and the smart home experience as well. If you guys enjoy this, make sure you go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel as always, and I'm really excited to bring the rest of this to you, and I'll see you all in the next video.